The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness. For he is truly his brother's keeper. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Hey guys, welcome to our official beginning to this show. We are ready to go. Well, I think we're ready to go. The chat's not showing up on the screen. Son of a gun. Okay. Well, this is going to annoy me, so I'm going to fix it. We're going to pause for just a moment while I make sure the chat shows up. And I hope I didn't turn it off by accident whenever I was going to fix it earlier. Such a good start. It's so weird that it's not showing up anywhere. Just another second and I'll just go on without the chat. Good God, this is going to be something stupid, isn't it? Boom. Got it. Okay, sorry about that. I think I know what was wrong. Pretty sure the problem was strictly that I had the chat rigged up to only show well, the wrong thing. But now I've got two chats. Oh my. Okay. It should be fixed now. Whatever. I'm just going to go on. All right, so you heard the song. I've got the T-shirt. I think he linked it. Go buy the album. You'll enjoy it, I promise. It's pretty good. Maybe the chat will start working the deeper into this we go. Okay, I'm just going to stop messing with it. We're all here to see the show, so let's do it. All right, first segment with awesome snow overlay here is Mr. Brent Kirsch. And it's called I Promise 1. And it's at the Kirsch Ranch in wonderful Beaumont, Texas. We've got static covering the screen. Brent is sitting with his wife at the kitchen table eating a family meal. One of those rare occasions when they're able to sit down together and enjoy one another's company. Nicole says it never feels like you're here. You're always a million miles away. And he says he's tired. Battle after battle, war after war, he's exhausted. She walks around the table, takes a seat on his lap. And she says, we both know what you need to do, don't we? You have to go back and put this to bed. Finish it. Come back home safe and sound so we can do what we need to do for our family. And Brent finally admits that he's ready. He won't let her down. He promises. And she says, you never do. They stand up, share a kiss. Brent Kirsch is going to war with an I love you. Very nice. Brent Kirsch doesn't have a very good record at Red Snow. He's already been functionally killed there once before. So hopefully it won't happen again. All right, we're moving forward. Moving forward to a triple threat match. I'm not sure. Okay, you can see everybody. Good. Or it's not even the match. It's just the segment. It's entitled The Guild. We're going to go back 2 weeks. The Bugatti pulls into the old warehouse. A dark old warehouse at that. In front of the Bugatti, is a woman in black with a red scarf around her neck, waiting. Vehicle pulls to a stop. Charlie Price is out of the vehicle and says that she must be the fence. She seems to be the fence and says, you must be Charlie. Where's Bandito? Charlie said, he's out. It's just him. She says, is that so? An awkward moment of silence, broken by Price's persistence. So about the payment. She flips Charlie a coin. He snatches it out of the air and examines it. It's gold. It's got a head imprinted on each side. The Great Bandito. Charlie's confused. The lights turn on. He's surrounded, innumerable people, all with masks just like the Great Bandito's, only red. Charlie turns to leave, but he runs right into the Great Bandito himself. What is this? It's a guild, his guild. The Great Bandito's got a guild. But all of it's nothing more than a test. Say there's no honor among thieves, but it's not exactly true. It's just rare. Rare enough that tests are required. But Charlie Price failed the test, so he gets nothing. Bandito only takes from people like Charlie. He never gives up the goods to an outsider. And if he wants his share of the loot, he's going to have to take it from him. If he wins at Red Snow, he gets some of what he would have earned. If the fat fuck wins, he gets his car back. Bandito says, but if I win, we take everything. Why do I keep saying want to say El Bandito? The Great Bandito has a guild all patterned after him. Very interesting. And I think we're going to get the match to start. We are Pretty Body versus Bandito versus Price in a triple threat match. To reiterate, if Price wins, he gets a cut of the money he would have earned. If Pretty Body wins, he gets his vehicle back. And if Bandito wins, he takes it all. Price and Pretty Body double team Bandito to start. They're going to try to take him out because he's trying to take it all. They're stomping a mud hole. They send him over the top rope. Oh, Price springboards off the top rope and nails a springboard elbow. Hell of a move. Bandito and Price are on the ground. Pretty Body tries to play to the crowd. He tries to climb the turnbuckles, barely able to do it. He's such a big man. He stands on the top rope as Price and Bandito try to get up. Behold, Pretty Body screams, a pretty body is better than everybody. So he jumps off the top rope and he belly flops onto the ground. Ugh, that's nasty. Low blow to Price from Bandito. Price is sent back into the ring. Bandito locks in the Dragon Sleeper. Price struggles. He scrambles. He tries to get to the bottom rope, but he can't. He goes to tap out. Oh, but he rakes Bandito's eyes instead. He went straight to the eyes. Bandito breaks the hold. Price is back to his feet. Moonshine, the head shrinker DDT. He makes the cover. 1, 2, 3. But no, Bandito kicked out, saving his loot. Charlie does what no one should ever do and tries to argue with the official. Bandito, he uses a smoke bomb, fills the ring with smoke. Nobody can see anything. But wait, we can see the sling blade neck breaker shortchanged. Bandito waits for him to get back to his feet. And what is this? Oh, we've got a picture. Bandito nails him with the burning hammer. He makes the cover. 1, 2. No, a kick out by Price. The burning hammer just got kicked out of. Bandito, he smells the blood in the water. He lifts Price up to his feet, but the resilient Sticky Fingers begins laying in with a punch combination. Price bobs and weaves, but Bandito just kicks him straight in the balls. He locks in the sleight of hand, and Price immediately taps out. It's over. The great Bandito earns his title tonight, opening Red Snow with a complete victory over both opponents. He's taken it all. He's taken it all. What a finish. What a finish to that. Hell yeah, what a great finish. Congratulations to the great Bandito for this win. Let's see what's next. Hey, chat's back. Next up, yes, good clarification, Dean. It's for the car title. The great Bandito has got the Bugatti. Or it could just be the title of the name. Who knows? We're going to move forward. So we have got a segment entitled Secret between Mysterion and Rain. badass looking in the frost. For the past few weeks, Mysterion has been tormented by the danger that his biggest secret could be revealed to the world. Merry Christmas, Hayden. I believe it's Christmas, and for all you Brits as well. Excuse me. Mysterion's done everything in his dastardly power to stop his secret from being revealed. And the only thing standing between the cloaked conundrum and his past is rain. Rain has begun to come out to the tap room. When it rains, it pours. That was lame, but I stand by it. And Rain says, Mysterion, this has gone on far enough. Can you not see what you've become in your desperate quest to keep the truth hidden? Rain was willing to hear his side of the story, but he's become everything your brother said you would be. A disappointment, an embarrassment, a desperate man, clinging to a vain hope that he can wish away the truth. Rain stops, looks over his shoulder as if interacting with a presence that only he can see. After a while, he nods in silent agreement and says, You tried to blind me, the last action of a man who's already lost his fight. You made your bed and now you will lie in it. I told you all along my will is stronger than you could ever imagine. You will not break me. All you've succeeded in doing is fueling the desire to finally tell the secret about how Mysterion's brother died. Without warning, the lights cut out. Mysterion has arrived, and he's got a rather nasty-looking ribbed dagger, and says, Don't you say another fucking word. But Rain only has pity on Mysterion, and says all he has left is rage, party tricks, and a secret that's been eating him away for too long. Mysterion is in the ring and says he warned him. He told him to drop it. Hold your tongue or I'll cut it off. He's here for his pound of flesh. Rain says, I believe your brother. You're a disappointment, and you don't have the guts. Mysterion, he stabs him. He stabs Rain right in the abdomen. But Rain, he just pulls the damn dagger out and says, Is that the best you can do? These guys are getting ready to fight. Great segment. Mysterion versus Rain. The match. Rain just got stabbed in the abdomen, but he's still standing. His wound is beginning to drip, staining the canvas. Mysterion grabs him, pulls him in, plants him right in the middle of the ring with the DDT. Mysterion heads up to the top. He goes for the master plan. 1, 2, but no. There is life in Rain. He kicks out. Mysterion, he was going for the instant payout. He picks him up, throws him into the ropes, but Reigns? This isn't Roman Reigns. Rain is off with the extra momentum. He nails him with a springboard clothesline. Rain is down. He's left blood on the canvas. Mysterion stirs. Oh, an enziguri. An enziguri drills him back to the canvas. Rain locks in the crossface. Chicken wing. Mysterion's in agony. He finally grabs the ropes. Beautiful image there. Beautiful image. The ref resets the momentum of the match by breaking the hold with the rope break. Rain's still fading, but he gets the upper hand when the pair lock horns. The small package driver from Mysterion. A standing shooting star press. The cloak conundrum pulls Rain up to his feet. Knee strike to the abdomen. Oof, Rain. Right in the spot where the blade went in. Oh, that's nasty. He does another. A frantic flurry of blows. Mysterion is going right for the stab he made. The outcast is bleeding. He can barely move. The double foot stomp on Rain. Mysterion goes for the pin. He gets 1. He gets 2. Not yet 3. But 3. Mysterion has taken it. Mysterion has won. Or does he? The ref's hand never hit the mat. Rain's foot was on the ropes. It's not over. Mysterion didn't win. Rain has fought tooth and nail to prove he can't be broken, but will he last long enough to reveal the secret? Mysterion drags him up to his feet. Blood is pulled on the ground. He's going for one last move, the global takeover, but Rain cuts him off with acid rain. He spat it right in Mysterion's eyes. Payback's a bitch. Top rope, brother mine. Rain falls on top of Mysterion, nothing left in his tank. 1, 2, is this it? 3, it is. Rain outlasted Mysterion tonight. He was stabbed, destroyed, mutilated. But the cloaked conundrum still failed. But he succeeded in that. Rain cannot reveal the secret. The secret will remain a secret. Congratulations to Rain Rob. Powerade 2's kicking off. Listen, guys, Rob 2 is not what we're going for. We're going to do Rain Rob. It just sounds better. Just sounds better. All right, looks like we have our technical difficulties resolved. Good couple matches to start us off with. It's awesome to see the images in here. Rain Rob keeps falling on my head. I like it. But what's next? Ooh. Wild card is what's next. The real wild card. As a playoff to a segment from a couple months ago. This is a flashback. The flashback to Ring King 2018. Wildcard arrives in an unknown location, a small desolate building in a warehouse district, not far from the tap room. He heads in, missing his glasses. He turns on a small light awaiting a guest. But when his guest arrived, he appears surprised and says, "What are you doing here?" It's Mr. Knott. Mr. Knott has got something in his hands and says, "You aren't who I expected." Mr. Knott, he had it. Knott had the briefcase. He's handed it to him. He's handed the briefcase to Card or put it on the table. Says, "You stole my case?" Knott says something like that, but I'm afraid this wild goose chase I've had you on must come to an end. I've had you hunting, but now your hunt must end. The gambler grimaces. Mr. Knott says, "Let's give you some power." And shoots him in the head. What? But Mr. Knott puts a hand on his chest. And changes him. The change, that wasn't who he was all along. Mr. Knott did it. Mr. Knott had the briefcase. Said, "It's showtime." A PQ flickered. And this is the segment, I believe, from Ring King, where Wildcard transformed into his current form. It was all at the power of Mr. Knott. Mr. Knott has been Wildcard. What in the hell is going on? Is Mr. Knott Wildcard? And this is the segment from the past show. He's using the pink cards. The pink energy. You either evolve or you die. His name is Wildcard, a card that can take any value. And perhaps it's time you've met the real me. I'm not really sure what I just read. I'm not sure what just happened. So Mr. Knot was Wildcard. He killed the man. I don't even know. I'm just going to go on. Holy shit. Mr. Knot has been Wildcard all along. Well, for the last couple months. And no, I didn't know. Leading right into the match. Wildcard versus Xander Zane. Or Xander Zane versus Mr. Knot. Gambler meets the Rock God. What the hell? What a revelation. Xander Zane goes in hard. Starts the match charging Wildcard, who reads every step like the page of a book. Zane's full of piss and vinegar. I love that line. I like to use it. Card simply leans out of the way, ducks his feet out. Need to get back in the game. I'm shaking from the earlier segment. Card's taking control. He locks in a single leg crab. Xander's already singing the high notes as he howls in pain. Okay. Oh, we're getting our picture from this. Zane kicks him away and hits him with the DDT at some point, I guess. Badass. Card staggers back. He gives Zane the window he needs. He lashes out with the spinning back fist. Oh, yes, Card to the mat with the DDT. Badass looking. I said it already, but I'll say it again. He nails a springboard leg drop on Card. He climbs up the turnbuckle, turns the pace of the match to 11. On top of the castle, Zane looks out and leaps. But Card vanishes. He teleported out of the way. He teleported out of the way of the elbow drop. The gamble bit him on his ass. Card reappears. He's in the taproom bar. Yes, another bar spot. He's got a candy cane, of all things. Christmas. Zane heads out. A stage dive, but Card moves out of the way. Zane goes into the bar. Xander Zane keeps taking risks, and Wildcard keeps baiting him. 1, 2. Oh, Zane gets the shoulder up. He goes for the double down. So, the Lion Tamer is not the lion salt. The Lion Tamer is the crab, not the lion salt. I was really confused there for a second. I need to get back in the game. We'll assume that's supposed to be a lion salt. The magician hoists him to his feet. An atomic drop hits Zane when it hurts. Sends him backwards. He charges forward with a flurry of elbows. And Xander falls backwards into the corner turnbuckle. Card backs up. Oh, he uses his own move, Ride the Lightning. The insult to injury, Card slaps him across the face like a $2 whore. Great line. Xander staggers forward, swings at him. Card drops him with a drop toe hold. He goes for the pin. 1, 2. No, he didn't get it. Xander got out. Both men head to a vertical base. The mic drop comes out of nowhere. Zane goes for the pin. 1, 2. 3. Xander Zane has done it. He put away Wild Card. Or Mr. Knott. Oh, man. Xander Zane, congratulations, Hayden. Good win. Let's see what's next. Ooh, I always like seeing a blank coming up. What is this going to be? And it's entitled Mission. Darkness. Someone says, how do you feel? It's an unknown voice, grumbling low and deep. The response is different, at peace, yet somehow stronger than I've ever been. The response says the power now flows through you. You have a responsibility to them and to us. You know what's coming. You've been briefed. We're still in darkness. The unknown voice says they've been told. And says next year you'll return to them, protect them and guide them. You may uncover resistance at first, but be persistent and remember your mission. And he says, what of my life here? Will I ever be able to return? And it responds, this is your home, son. Whatever happens to you in the tap room, you can always come back home. The voice responds, I understand. Just remember the road ahead will be difficult. You're in for a turbulent journey, but one that will change the course of history. You must remain beyond reproach. As one of our soldiers, you must be valiant but honorable. You're a representative of us. There have been many in the past, and you'll now join their precious lineage. He says, I understand the terms, and I won't let any of you down. The tap room needs me. They need me. And I refuse to stand by and watch them suffer. Very well. Cut. A lot of different ways you could take that. Okay. We'll see what happens with that. All right. Edgar Nevermore versus Happy. Let's see what's going to go down with these gentlemen. For months, we've seen everything going on with Happy and Edgar Nevermore. Is Happy actually going to escape the grip of Nevermore, or will the Gentleman's Club be the undoing of the promising rookie? Happy goes for a handshake to start. Of course Nevermore accepts. They go into a headlock. Happy tries to fight out, but Nevermore's got the hold locked on tight. Look at this chain wrestling. Nevermore tries to get him down to the mat, but Happy fights out. Hits the ropes, but Nevermore ducks for a release backdrop. The Prince gets up into a huge European uppercut, and he's thrown over the top rope with a release German. Ooh, nasty. Nevermore has that creepy smile on his face. He rolls out, tosses him back in the ring, and goes for a cover. Gets 1, but not 3. Happy gets the shoulder up. Nevermore pulls the Prince to his feet, nails another European uppercut, lifts him into the air, sends him spine first over his knee with a double underhook backbreaker. Happy screams out in pain as Nevermore delivers a stiff kick to the spine before dropping down, and he locks in the English cloverleaf. Happy's in pain. Nevermore pulls it back and says it's time to end the lesson. But Happy won't do it. Happy won't tap. Happy won't tap. He won't end the lesson. Nevermore lets go, pulls him up to his feet, but Happy with a right hand. He knocks him into the corner. He goes for a clothesline. But Nevermore with the poetic justice, the inverted DDT. 1, 2. But Happy kicks out, and Nevermore is not happy. Look at that punch. The King pulls Happy up. But Happy nails the boomstick. Shades of Ash Williams. Nevermore hits into the ropes. He bounces off. The clothesline from Happy. Happy puts him down, doesn't cover him, pulls him back up by the throat. The bye-bye. No, it wasn't the bye-bye birdie. It was the eye poke. Nevermore got out. He goes for poetry in motion, but Happy gets out. The shadow kick. Nevermore doesn't go down to it, though. A springboard shadow kick. Nevermore. 1, 2, but Nevermore kicked out. That's breaking kayfabe right there. Who kicks out of the springboard shadow kick? The Prince is feeling it. The crowd's on his feet. Happy pulls him up, goes for the European uppercut, but Happy has still got the advantage. Oh, he picks up for a gorilla press slam. He throws him into the bear hug slam. Nevermore is out. 1, 2, 3. Happy did it. Happy gained the victory over his former mentor as he gets one step forward to living his own life once more. And looks like we're getting the continuation right offhand, entitled Happy Days. Great match. Congrats. Great to see Happy win the final match here, presumably in this feud. Let's see what's going on. And Nevermore is pissed. He's got Happy. He kicks him down. He's enraged. But Happy doesn't fall. He gets slapped, but he doesn't stop. He stands there. Nevermore screams his final lesson, don't trust anyone. But Happy blocks the slap. The fans go crazy. Happy snaps. He runs him into the top turnbuckle head first, bounces his face off. The crowd's going wild. Edgar has no idea what's going on as the Prince takes him down. And he yells, I'm not dead, his voice changing. He's not dead. He grabs a barbed wire bat, rips off his shirt and tie. It's happening. It's happening. It's really happening. You leave my grandson alone. He's just a simple boy. Yes, Happy, he was all of them. Fuck yeah, I was right. Happy slams the bat down. Again and again. He's going crazy. He's ripped his shirt off with the bat. He says, why'd you make me do this? Why? Nevermore's been decimated, a puddle of blood. Happy has snapped. But there's more to it than that. It's clear that Nana and Jacob were him all along. And if Happy is gone, who are we left with? Yes, segment of the night. That's what I wanted to see. I'm spent. Oh man, I need another drink. Oh man. All right. Oh man. Whew. Name of the game, I guess, Dean. Sometimes people guess it. I really didn't think that's how it was going to end it up. I thought for sure you were going to bring out the swerve, but I'm glad. Awesome. Great stuff. Great stuff. All right, let's see this match. King Arthur and Nightwatch. Hell yeah, look at these medieval badasses ready to go. Moving on to the battle between the King and the Templar Knight. He tried to have an alliance with Arthur, but now the Protector is trying to gain revenge for his fallen Templar. But King Arthur's coming for him. There, on the mysterious plain of Avalon, the once resting place of King Arthur, as Nightwatch slowly walks in, brushing away a cobweb from his face. The Protector dodges away as the right slams onto the concrete. His eyes never take themselves away from Arthur, who waits. Nightwatch rushes in, But Arthur dodges his strike, hits him in the gut. Nightwatch staggers back, but shakes off the pain as he advances once more, ducking a right, unleashing his own flurry of lefts and rights. Onto the king, they have no effect on Arthur, who absorbs the blows, nails a headbutt. Oh, but he gets tossed head first into the nearby wall. A pool of blood impacts the wall. Everybody's bleeding. Red snow. The Templar's mask is cracked. A thin stream of blood dripping down. Arthur pulls him up, cracking Nightwatch's ribs. He tries to pull himself up, spitting out a glob of internal blood. He locks in Mordred's demise. The Protector tries to fight, but Arthur's strength overwhelms him. He starts to fade away. Nightwatch is nearly unconscious, but King Arthur has something to say. Just like I thought, a fool who's an insult to his brother's names. With those words, the Templar, he powers up. He Templars up. Arthur, he's unable to hold him. He powerbombs Arthur into his own sarcophagus. Arthur's up. He's injured. Nightwatch rushes in and he plants him onto the concrete coffin once more with the Knight's End STO. Nightwatch believes it's the end as he pulls the limp Arthur to his feet, rolling him into the sarcophagus, but as he tries to close the lid, Arthur's hand shoots up shades of the Undertaker. Arthur pushes the lid away. He knocks Nightwatch back with another headbutt, but a massive right hand sends Nightwatch back into the wall. The Templar tries to rise, but gets kicked square in the chest. The wall even cracks as Arthur drills him with knee after knee. These guys are just going hell at each other. Brutal. The final one takes Nightwatch down. Oh! But look, Arthur breaks the mask with the King's Crossing. The mask falls apart, but Nightwatch still has a mask. The Crimson Mask. As he crashes to the floor, Arthur picks him up, throws him into the sarcophagus to finish this issue. Nightwatch tried his best, but Arthur is unstoppable in his own domain. Hell of a match, brutal, and entitled a grave ending. Arthur stands, he picks the coffin up. He throws it over his shoulder and he speaks out to Nightwatch. He said he's done everything he could to take care of him. He thought he was a knight, most noble, a hero, worth allying to reclaim what was rightfully his. But as he heads down, he said instead, you proved disappointing. He aligned with those that sought not your glory, but to use you. He hits the bottom of the stairwell, puts a rock on top of the coffin, and says he tried to free him of his mortal attachments. He aimed to separate him, first by trial and friendliness, then as a villain. He even slaughtered them to cease you from distraction. He looks at his own coffin with disgust. He pushes it away. It crashes and cracks upon the floor below. The rendering of the altered casket. There's a hole underneath it. A more permanent resting place, never used before. But it wasn't enough. You'd burrowed yourself in too deep. So now, Nightwatch, man gone rabid, fallen knight, I think it's time for you to be done. He returns back to where Nightwatch is trying to get out, and Arthur lowers the casket down into the chasm, pulls the sword and says he'd planned it to be his crowning gift, the symbol of knighthood. And he plunges it down into the coffin where Nightwatch's chest was. He killed him. Blood is pulled up. He says goodbye, no one will remember you now. With a mighty heave, he lifts his own coffin above and he throws it down into the hole. The sound of metal punching through the other side of the casket. He slides the pedestal back to where it had stood for centuries before. He gets his staff and heads back up. Nightwatch is done. This chapter is over. Who will King Arthur go for next? Hell of a segment. Great work, Greg. That is perhaps the end of the Templars in OSW, at least for now. As we get Troy Solveig versus Shadow. Very intriguing feud. Let's see what the hell is about to go down. Singles match. A street fight. Is Shadow still taken by whatever is taking him? Or will Troy stop him? In a match that could literally be life or death. Who will prevail? Let's find out. Shadow, he starts the fight off with a knife. Another knife in one of our matches. He charges at Troy, but Troy dodges it. The knife's stuck in the turnbuckle. Troy says we don't have to do this, but Shadow hits him in the head with an enziguri. And he says, we don't have to, but I must. Shadow is stomping harder and harder on Troy, and he hops up to the top rope. Troy heads outside the ring, but Shadow jumps anyway with the Avenged. No, he held Valkyrie. He reversed the double foot stomp into a Superman punch. Shadow is down. Troy, he's got a chair. He throws it into the ring. He throws another one, and another, and another. He's got a pile of damn chairs. But Shadow's up with the angel beat. The super kick stuns Troy. Shadow throws him back in the ring. He's got one of the chairs and wailing on Troy, screaming, you can't stop me. He's going harder and harder with each blow. Troy's out of it. Shadow puts him on the chairs. He goes to the apron. He nails the springboard 450 from the heavens on the chairs, and he covers 1, 2. But a kick out by Troy. Shadow rolls out of the ring and gets a ladder. He's sliding into the ring, and he goes back in, but Troy's back up. Going right after him. He levels him with a clothesline. Clutches Shadow by the throat. The choke slam on the ladder. He wedges him between the steps. And Troy wedges him in more. He lifts the ladder with Shadow inside of it. What the hell is he doing? He's got it up over his head. Shadow is still stuck between it. A gorilla press slam onto the chairs. Holy shit. Shadow's got to be broken in half. He pulls him out. 1, 2. But Shadow gets the shoulder up. It's going to take more than that. Troy rips him off the ground. Picks him up. Holds him there. Goes for the suplex, but no. Shadow slips out and hits the divine punishment. Troy goes down. He makes the cover. 1, 2. But Troy kicks out of that. Shadow rolls off. Both men are down. Shadow's got the knife again. Troy goes after him, but Shadow swings the knife. Troy trips and falls on the chairs. And Shadow says, you're about to become a victim of your own trap. He gets on top of Troy, holds the knife up. He swings it down, but Troy catches it, trying to get it into his neck. But Troy gets the knife. He stabs Shadow in the arm. Shadow's trying to rip it out, but Troy hits the hammer of the gods on the pile of the steel chairs. 1, 2, 3. Troy with a vicious jackhammer onto a pile of chairs while Shadow had the damn knife in his arm. The brutality of this show. Our matches get more and more brutal every pay-per-view. I love it. Woo! Thank you guys for the congrats. Let's see what's going on in the segment. It's entitled Angel. Even with that match, there's still no understanding. We still don't understand why Shadow was going after him. Troy even helps him get back to his feet. And Shadow growls that he'll destroy him. Shadow reaches out and takes the hand. They look at each other. Then the fallen angel swings for him. But a piercing white light appears. It blinds us all. Across the ring like a shockwave. And when the dust is settled, we're left with Shadow. His eyes have been burned from his skull, his mouth wide open. His body on the canvas with angel wings made of dust. He's dead. What? And stood over him. A calculated and focused frown upon his face, holding the angel blade from 1 week ago. Troy. He slides the blade back into his armor and looks down at the angel he promised not to kill. Still focused, Troy Solvig has killed Shadow. Did he have no choice? Would Shadow have stopped? He said it wasn't over. He said he was going to kill him. The outline of the fallen angel's body remains stained as Solvig simply stands there, either unable to move or choosing not to. What the hell? What the hell? Troy killed Shadow? Damn. I don't even know what to say about that. Shadow. That light, the white light that was in Shadow's eyes. What the hell happened? Shoo-wee. Huge character development moment for Troy. He killed a man. He was supposed to be the good guy. Where the hell did he summon that power from? With great power comes great responsibility. Sometimes you still have to kill. Damn, what a moment. What the hell was going on with Shadow? We don't even know what happened to him. What the hell? Oh, that's right. Troy did kill Jason Novan. That's correct. Very good point, Dawson. He was the one somehow, if I remember correctly, the other Vindicators couldn't do anything with Jason and his power, but Troy just walked right up and offed him. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Sometimes a hero has to do what he has to do. I like that. Very nice. Had to put down the rabid dog. Definitely looking forward to going forward and working with that development. Hot damn. Halfway point, Dean said in the chat. Very, very nice. Half a show left. We've got... see if I can read this. We've got a death match, the VHS Championship, a steel cage match, the double feature championship, and the World Championship. We're halfway there. Too bad we don't have Hartsford with a chair. Yes, and Danvers. Oh, yep, there it is. Right under the death match. Ready to see what we've got going on. And while we're waiting, do you guys like the new graphic layout for the stream? Not sure. Thought it was time to try something new, and this kind of came together pretty quick. All right. Once the next part is up, we'll be ready to go. Yes, nothing to compare it to if it's your first. Well, it should remind you of the current website, Dawson. Grab something out of a mobile game, and now we're ready to go. What is next? Oh, speaking of which, next up, Brent Kirsch versus Isaac Danvers. Oh yeah, you guys can hear the Discord beep, so I guess you know whenever it's going down. All right, awesome. And a rivalry that'll go back into the history books. We'll see if Isaac Danvers' hypothesis is correct. They lock up in the center of the ring, ever the sportsman, but Brent Kirsch gets the strength advantage and takes the upper hand in the test of strength. But Danvers headbutts him with that damn mask. Brent staggers backwards, taken to the outside with a brutal clothesline. They didn't even stay in the ring. Danvers heads out. He goes for the cure, but Kirsch ducks it. He catches him in midair and drives him spine first into the side of the ring. This time, it's Danvers reeling as Kirsch nails the Russian leg sweep. He drops Danvers to the ground, climbs up on the apron, and leaps off with a leg drop. Kirsch doesn't want to spend too much time in Danvers' playpen outside the ring. Danvers' playpen, I like that. The running knee takes Danvers back to the ground. Kirsch goes for a pin. 1, 2, but no. Danvers gets the shoulder up. Oh, that's a hell of an image right there. That might be my favorite one that we've seen. That's badass. Kirsch locks in the camel clutch, trying to make Danvers humble, but he can't get the hands clasped. Danvers escapes and slips out of the ring. He tries to catch his breath, but when he slides back in, he ducks a clothesline from Kirsch and nails the stiffest of stiff lariats to the back of Kirsch's skull, and he drops like a sack of spuds. Danvers with a leg drop. 3 of them. He could be out cold. Danvers goes behind Kirsch, hits the lobotomy, or locks in the lobotomy, I guess. Kirsch screams, is he gonna tap out? But no, Kirsch fights through the pain. The enforcer finds the ropes and the ref breaks the hold. In frustration, the doctor pushes the ref out of the way and comes at Kirsch once more. But Kirsch drops him with a spear. Both men collapse to the canvas. Whoever makes their feet first may very well take advantage. The advantage needed to put this away. They're both up. Danvers tries to grab a grapple, but Kirsch gets a full Nelson. Danvers has got nowhere to go. The Kirsch lock. Has the light gone out for Danvers? The ref checks on him, but he breaks out of the hold. Kirsch comes at him again. The cure. But Kirsch ducks it again, grabs him in midair. The Southern discomfort. 1, 2, 3. Brent Kirsch has won. He has withstood Isaac Danvers, and he's walked away with his arm raised. Danvers brought everything he had, but Kirsch endures. Gimmick infringement. The enforcer endures. Wait a second. This man is dead. What the hell? Are we going to find out who killed him? Congregation of the Damned 2. Who killed Devon Chambers? Back at Ring King, Devon Chambers walks into the church, prepared to give a sermon. They've already been slaughtered. He arrived to them being slaughtered. The blood is all over the walls. Blood everywhere. And stood in front of the altar with a bloodied blade is the murderer. Son of a bitch, Mr. Knott. Mr. Knott again, he's done it all. Devon falls down and he says, "But why?" Knott turns around and says, "It's not yours to reason why, is it, Chambers? All you need to know is that your time had come and all these people had to die. Their deaths are your burden to bear in your next miserable life." Hashtag it's all connected. Knott's not ashamed to say that it had to be this way. In this world we have heroes and villains, and your kind must be vanquished at all costs. When we repel this hostile takeover, any threat to our victory must be destroyed. Men like you inspire and discourage. You have sway and create opinions. We can't have that. The knife to Chambers' heart. He squirms and squeals in agony. Knott twists it in until he slumps backwards, and he says he's not sorry. Cut. Damn. What the hell is going on? What is the hostile takeover? Who is the hostile takeover? We're repelling it. When we repel this hostile takeover, any threat to our victory must be destroyed. Huh. So Mr. Knott must be a hero. Mr. Knott is said he's a hero here, I think. Or he's a voice. I don't know. We're going to find out. Let's see what's next. Oh, it's a death match. David Manson versus Hate. Let's see this shit. They used to be brothers. Now they're going to fight. The awakening is no more. We've only got the nightmare. They've got little boxes in the corners. Weapons are littering the mat. They collide like diesel trucks in the center of the ring. Great imagery. They're throwing rights and lefts. Hate gets knocked back. He nails him with a nasty elbow. Hate grabs a weapon. The baseball bat, the slugger, the Louisville slugger. It knocks Manson down. Hate lifts the bat up, but he gets kicked square in the balls. Square in the balls. Nightmare isn't playing around as he rolls up. Hate still standing. Manson grabs the bat to stop the impact. He turns it. Oh, and he butts the back of it into the teeth of Hate. His mouth is busted open, maybe even lost teeth. He drives the bat into his ribs. Hate's down. He's got a new weapon, a light tube, CZW. The glass shards embed themselves into the head of Hate and into the mat. Hate's face is bleeding, but he doesn't fall. Hate rises. Manson grins before hitting the ropes. Hate catches his rebound with a lifting gorilla press. He hits down upon his knee. Cole, the weak. Manson sweating heavily, but Hate doesn't go for the pinfall. Instead, he goes for more weapons. He's got a lap table, and he lights it on fire. Yes. Hate grabs Manson, but two women are on the apron, wearing identical white gowns with blood dripping down onto it. They stare at Hate, who's confused, and there are two men on a different apron, wearing a dirty white shirt and pants with blood dripping from their cut-open faces. They all begin chanting in unison. What the hell? In the beginning he awakened. In the end there will be blood. With the last word, Manson frees himself from the grip of Hate, and he swings for the fences with the barbed wire bat to the face of Hate. The barbs have embedded themselves in the bloody pull of his own face. The Nightmare grins. He picks up the shards of glass, slicing his own forehead. Manson lifts him up and runs toward the table. Oh, hell yeah. Welcome to Manson Street through the table. Look at that shit. That's my new favorite. Beautiful. Hate's down. Hate's down. His face is bleeding. And Manson says it. We're through. The horror show onto the boxes in the corner. An explosion. Hate's body's bleeding. Part of his face is gone. Manson just puts boot on the chest of Hate. 1, 2, 3. The Nightmare invites the four people into the ring. They fall on their knees and look up at Manson with blood pouring down their faces. His newly found followers. Hate has fallen, but the Nightmare is risen. Awesome. Awesome match. Oh, but we're moving to Brent Kirsch. In I Promise 2. We're at the Kirsch Ranch. Back at the home of Brent Kirsch. An exhausted enforcer pulls up around the back of the house in his truck. He sits there for a moment. Takes a couple of deep breaths before he heads inside. But the house is empty. There's nothing there. No furniture. No photographs. Nothing. But instead of sadness, Brent Kirsch is overjoyed. His face is full of happiness as he trundles through the now empty home towards the front door, finding one last box of item on the stairs. He picks it up and exits to the outside, putting it on a moving truck. Nicole's waiting for him. Her smile just as big as his is. She says, "I knew you'd make it home." He promised, didn't he? They hug and Kirsch takes one look back at his home. And he says, "I can't believe I'm doing it. Can't believe I'm finally retiring. After all these years, I can't believe it's finally over." And she says, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And he says that he's wanted nothing more. He used to think he needed this business, that he needed to wrestle to feel alive. Old school wrestling has taken so much from him, from us, that if he stays and keeps giving it his all, it'll take until there's nothing left. And he says, "I won't lose you too." They hug again, and he says, "It's time for me to move on. It's time for us to move on together and create a better life than what we had. I don't care if I have to stack shelves or pack groceries as long as our family is safe. I'm just sorry that it's taken me this long to do the right thing." They get into the truck after a loving kiss, and he looks back into the rear view one last time and smiles before pulling away. Brent Kirsch is finally driven off into the sunset. Retired. I think that segment speaks for itself. Here's to you, Pat. Thank you for your contribution. I'll miss you. But as Dean says, there'll be a post on the forum in the next couple days to offer your goodbyes. Definitely not a work. And even if I knew something like this was going to be coming, it's still tough to read. Last one standing of the originals on that first show. But the show does go on. It's time to see a double feature championship match between Nightstick and Luther Creed. Hell of a heated contest. But the time for talking is over. It's time for them to go to war. It's not just about a title. All right. They meet in the center of the ring, already talking trash to one another. Nightstick is the one that stops the talking. He decks Creed. Creed bounces back. Excuse me, but Nightstick's on him. Excuse me. He begins driving rights and lefts into him. As Creed is trying to cover himself up, Nightstick drives an elbow into the back of his head as Creed slumps to the floor. Nightstick reaches into his waistband and pulls out a pair of handcuffs. He slaps one side of the left hand of Creed before going for the right hand. Creed gets out of the way and spits right in the eye of Nightstick. He wipes his face, but Creed's got a knee into his balls. Nightstick is back, holding his injured genitalia, great line, as Creed rolls to his feet, tackles him down. Creed's looks at the handcuff on his wrist. He tugs at the chain. Nightstick tries to get up, but Creed, he's whirling it around. Crack! Handcuffed to the side of the head, or into the mouth, rather. The voice of the voiceless shakes his head. Their first match was a handcuff match, as this weapon has returned, full circle. Creed tries to remove the handcuff before realizing he needs the key. He goes through the pockets of Nightstick, but Nightstick cuffs himself in. They're connected. Nightstick starts getting kicked furiously by Creed. They're tethered to one another. Creed picks him up, wraps his arm around his head into the rear naked choke. I can't breathe. The rear naked choke is applied, the handcuffs against the cheek of Nightstick, but Nightstick begins to cop up. He goes to the corner, shades of Ring King, as Creed tries to release. He goes for a senton into the corner. Both their heads are knocked down to the mat. Man, my cat is really loud right now. A few seconds pass as the referee is checking on them. They finally get to their feet. Nightstick grins. The bull hammer. Two of them, Smith and Wesson. Nightstick doesn't even cover. He pulls Creed to his feet, up onto his shoulders, drops him into his arms, spins around and slams him down to the mat. The ode to Boss Man. Nightstick covers 1, 2, but it only gets a kick out. But it only gets a 2. Nightstick raises Creed back up, pulls him in for a power bomb, but Creed goes over top, yanking Nightstick's arm. It's jerked backwards as he turned right into a knee to the gut. Death Valley Driver, civil disobedience. Creed finally finds the key. He uncuffs himself and starts beckoning for the 5-0 to get to his feet. He goes to the ropes. Big knee strike, but Nightstick goes down. Creed with a German suplex. And he makes a cover and goes 1, 2, 3. No, Nightstick got the shoulder up. As a horse owner, I don't know if I understand that. It takes me by surprise. Yes, I've got a kitten. She's in the other room, going a little crazy. All right, Creed doesn't know what the hell he's going to do. He's just kicking at Nightstick, but Nightstick keeps kicking out. The referee's down. Referee is down. Creed staggers, nails after railing the ref. But Nightstick's got his baton. Right across the jaw. He's being mugged by a barrage of blows to the back of the head. Excessive force. Nightstick with one last final blow. He flings the Nightstick away. It's Frostbite all over again. Nightstick hits the ropes. Takes him out. Hard justice. Look at that. The clothesline from hell. He makes the cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh, man, Nightstick. But no, foot on the rope. Creed saved himself. Nightstick, he grabs him, stomps on his face. The ref warns him about the violence. He picks Creed up by the hair. You attacked my son. You attacked my wife. I should kill you for touching a damn hair on their heads. Creed spits blood onto his police uniform and says, I'll touch whatever I want, pig. Creed touches the hair on Nightstick, but the law drives a punch into the midsection of Creed. He hits the ropes. But the spinning knee from Creed. Both men are down. 1, 2. Is this it? No, it's not. Nightstick still kicks out. Hell of a match. Creed is up. He realizes what he has to do. He goes to the top. But Nightstick's up there with him. Nightstick puts him down. Powerbomb from the top rope. But Nightstick's not finished. He holds on, picks him up. Another one. A third buckle bomb. Holy shit, he went from the top rope power bomb to a regular one to a buckle bomb. The triple power bomb. He pins him. 1, 2, 3. Good God, Nightstick has done it. He vanquished the foe who has been a thorn in his side for many months by power bombing him into defeat. Damn, that's I don't even know if that's in the move set, but that's a kill it with fire move. All right, what's next? Damn. Nightstick is what's next. Black and white. Nightstick's back to his feet. He can barely stand, but somebody's tripped him from behind. It's Wolfgang. Wolfgang. The German drags him to the outside. He slams him into the ring. Pulls something out of his pocket. It's a taser. Nightstick has been tased by Wolfgang. And he said he spent too much time trying to destroy those people that he's forgotten about the enemy of our own race. Men like you who wish to live side by side instead of above them. And he tried to show him the way. He tried to point him in the right direction. It was his men. He reveals it. Wolfgang's men are the one who went after Nightstick's family. He framed the revolution. It's no wonder why he's laughing. He says he's what's wrong with America. What happened to Nightstick's wife was just the beginning, and we're only getting started. Oh shit. It was Wolfgang all along that went after Nightstick's family. Damn. Just damn. What do we got next? Ooh, a segment with Heath Solman and Rain, entitled Jigsaw. Inside the boiler room, the outcasts sit in silence, or in the darkness and sanctuary of their boiler room. Rain is nursing his stab wound. Rain looks paler than usual. But despite the wound, Heath doesn't think that's due to it, and he asks, what's the matter? Rain says he can hear the dead, and they're afraid. They're telling us to leave, to run while we still can. Ooh. Rain doesn't know. They won't say. They're just telling him that a threat is coming for the outcasts and that we should go. But I don't intend to go anywhere. In fact, I'm waiting on someone. Someone who needs our help, an outcast himself. Perhaps he can help defend us against what comes next. Perhaps it's what these spirits are trying to warn us against. Ooh. A figure enters the room. His shadow looms over the seated Solman and Rain. Who's it gonna be? Who is the third member? It's Happy. Rain says, welcome home. It's not his name. Happy's not his name. It's Jigsaw. Oh, hell yeah. It's not Happy. It's Jigsaw. No one says anything. Complete darkness as they fade to black. The outcasts. Jigsaw, Rain, and Heath Solman. Solman needs to get him a single name. Beautiful, I love it. What's next? Ooh, a fatal four-way for the VHS Championship. Behringer, Game Boy, Sparrow, and Red Wing. Look at those badasses. Who is the betrayer? It was confirmed there is one. Who's it gonna be? Behringer goes immediately on the offensive at the bell. His rage is unleashed. He flattens Game Boy. Redwing and Sparrow try to jump him, but he takes out Redwing. He takes out Sparrow. He's got the hopeful hero up ahead, overhead in a gorilla press. But Redwing with the chop block. I love a damn chop block. Hell yeah. Sparrow rolls in front and finds himself next to Game Boy. Double super kicks. Double super kicks. Hell yeah. Level 1, hard mode. Behringer's down. The other three look at each other. Redwing goes after Sparrow. He goes after Game Boy. The killing joke. The bulldog into the turnbuckle. But no! Game Boy with a cheat code. He drops the confused Redwing after the time rewind with a springboard cutter. The crowd is confused. Game Boy leaps in for the cover. 1, 2, but no, Behringer's back up. Fire in his eyes. Forces Game Boy to his feet. The smaller hero is helpless to fight back as Behringer grabs his head and hammers away with a series of headbutts that rocks the poor gamer. Whips him into the ropes and hits a massive lariat that threatens to take his head off. But Behringer doesn't stop. A clothesline into the mat. Player 1 looks worse for wear as Behringer lifts him up. He's trying to end it, but a springboard 630 senton from Sparrow, the brightest day. Both Behringer and Game Boy go down. Player 1 might need an extra life after all that. The high flyer's back up. He takes Behringer to the center of the ring. But an instant kick out by Behringer. The Void Knight is on a rampage. He shoves Sparrow back. Hits the ropes. Hits the ropes and comes back for a spear. Red blades careen off his head. Redwing is back up. The Batarang has been thrown. The Wingerang. Let's not use that. That doesn't work. Sparrow and Behringer being forced to guard themselves. A single leg drop kick to Behringer. Game Boy's back in the fight. All 4 men are up. Game Boy continues his assault with a flurry of forearms. Sparrow rushes in with a leaping roundhouse. It stuns Redwing. But Redwing rolls through the German suplex. Gets Sparrow from behind. He shoots a grappling hook into the rafters. They ascend upwards. Oh, Red Blades are the name of the Batarang. Okay, I got it. Perfect. Behringer and Game Boy stop their brawl as the other two ascend up into the rafters. But Redwing from above, knees to Sparrow's chest. The 2 men collide with Behringer and Game Boy. All 4 men are down. The ring shakes with the impact of that tremendous landing. No one is able to stir. He goes for the count out, the no contest count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Behringer, he's starting to show life. Sparrow is up as well. They lay into one another. A chair to the skull. Sparrow created a chair with his ring and smashed it against Behringer's head. Damn. He cracks it against Behringer's back as the Void Knight stumbles. Another swing. He can't bring himself to do it, but Behringer can. The haymaker. But Game Boy's got his arm. Behringer's enraged once more. He throws Game Boy in front of him. Kicks him back with a massive boot to the chest. All 4 men are up. Behringer lets out a battle cry. Everyone rushes him, but they get dropped. Each wild haymaker throws another Vindicator down. One by one, they rush in. Vanquisher, Vanquisher, Vanquisher. A piece for each Vindicator. Behringer collapses on top of Sparrow for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Behringer somehow, some way, just demolished. That was not what I wanted. Demolished his opponents. All right, we've got a segment with all 5 Vindicators entitled Something to Fear. You know, the one time that it doesn't refresh where it was at, and it happens to be a segment where we don't want it to. All right, anyway, Something to Fear. Behringer is 1. What an explosive encounter. The Vindicators tore one another apart, and they don't know who was behind the devastating attacks. They don't know. They each begin to get up. Each in their corner. They bout to fight once more, but someone yells, "Stop this! It's Troy!" Troy is here. He's got his hammer in hand. And he says, "You can't keep ripping each other apart. Look at you, you're destroying one another. What happened to your honor?" Troy's in the middle of them. It could backfire at any moment. They're going to explode, fight one another. But Behringer's perplexed. And he says, "Us? You murdered an angel in cold blood tonight. Don't preach honor to us." Point. Solvig just grins and shrugs his shoulders and says, "You're right." And he swings with his hammer. He caught Behringer in the chest, knocks him backwards into the ropes. Behringer's down. Sparrow, Game Boy, Red Wing, they can't believe it. The shockwave from slamming the hammer down, it throws the rest of the Vindicators to their knees. Troy, sadistic and sinister. Behringer tries to get up. Solvig stands over them, the hammer over his shoulder. He paces back and forth. They've got a line before him. And he says, "Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Look no further. You wanted the culprit. You got him. Now I'm sure you have many questions, none of which I'm going to do you the courtesy of answering." They look at each other, their eyes full of fear and regret. And he says, "But perhaps you should ask one of yourselves, since you were so eager to believe a fellow Vindicator was responsible. Did you ever trust your friends at all? Could you? This facade of heroism you've created has fallen apart, broken and shattered, and all it took was a lack of hope." And he stops at Sparrow and says, "Hope you used to save Behringer's life." And Sparrow says, "Get on with it. I know what comes next. I know you're going to bury that hammer in one of our heads. Do it. Do it and finish what you started." And Troy laughs and says, "Just remember, you did this." They all look up. They all look up at the hammer, and he says, "You can breathe, you can blink, you can cry. Hell, you're all going to be doing that." He slams down the hammer. He's delivered a sickening blow to one of the Vindicators, caving his head in with the brutal hammer. Volsinger. When the camera cuts back, there's blood, brain matter, all kinds of gore laid bare. Who was it? It was Game Boy. His head caved in, dead. Behringer's Sparrow and Red Wing bellow in horror, but it's too late. Solvig is gone. Their friend taken by one they believe to be their own. There's no coming back. There's no return. There's no Vindicators. No friendship. No way they can repair this bond. Poor Game Boy is dead. Solvig is a monster. The real game begins now, boys. Hell yeah. Great point from Dawson. Solvig was always a killer. Always. From the moment he took out Jason Novan without much effort, Maybe they should have looked. It's been a successful night. That's a 3-person body count. I think that's the best body count any of my characters have ever had, so that's nice. All right. Ooh, another segment. Nightstick and Luther Creed. Entitled, Sorry. They're back in the diner, Nightstick and Creed, opposite one another, nursing their wounds from earlier this evening. Creed opens it and he says, "Look, you've got no idea what it's like to be a black man in a world where white is the only color that matters. And I know I put that on you. I know I saw the color of your skin, of the uniform, and did what the world does to him. He just couldn't see it. It wasn't until Redmond accused him of attacking Nightstick's wife that Creed realized the man he'd become. Nightstick just says, why would you? You spent your entire life afraid of the color of my skin and my uniform. There are cops out there that'd sooner kill you than ask a question. I know the world we live in. I know the men you refer to and why you wish to make an example of them. You might not think I understand, and maybe when this whole thing I didn't, but I do now." It says, what you need to understand is that there's men like me out there who don't see the color of your skin, always sees a man. There are cops out there that don't pull you over because you're black, but because your tail light was out or you were speeding. Not every white man is a racist. Not every white man wants to see you dead. But you can't help but see it that way. And many of your fellow men and women perpetuate that stereotype to your own benefit. White might be the only color that matters to some, but it isn't like that to everybody. When you assume we hate you because of how you look, you racially profile us. It's tough to see the world like that when you've got to fight for everything you have, tooth and nail, day in, day out. There's no privilege for my people. There's no future unless we take it. Unless we make it. You might not hate us, but the world doesn't see us as equal. It doesn't see it as men but colors, and I need the world to see that people like Quinn and I are just as important as men like you. And Creed believes in his fight. It's not about hate, it's about equality. Believes that we should all be treated equal. Believes that the world can be a better place if we stop hating each other, stop judging each other, and start believing in one another. I know you're mistreated. Racism exists, man. Came after him because I wore the badge and looked like every white cop that murdered your friend. That's racist, but I know why you feel that way. He needs him to know that some men believe in you. Creed says he's not arguing with him because he's right. He chose Nightstick because he saw an opportunity to show the world our plight. Victimized you unfairly because that's how we're treated. People die because of that treatment. I'm sorry that I saw him as a color, not a man, and he undermined everything he wanted to achieve. He's sorry that the world made him behave like that. Nightstick's sorry too. He's sorry they didn't understand that he's sorry that people don't treat them the way that he does. He wishes he could change the world to stop it. He's sorry that racism exists on all counts. Sorry that we just can't get along. Sorry that you can't look a cop and question whether he's going to take your life because there are cops out there who would in a heartbeat without as much as a second thought. Sorry he has to live like that. They shake hands and say, let's make the world a better place. And he tells him to watch out for Wolfgang. But Nightstick's going to stop him. And Creed says, you know where I am if you need me. Yeah. Just a little dry. All right. Well, what's next? We don't have that much left, do we? We've got, I think, the steel cage match. I think just the steel cage and the world title match. All right. Positive segment on the show. Well, who knows? It could be the last one. But we've got ourselves a steel cage match. Wolfgang versus Redmond Quinn. Wolfgang has drawn the ire of Nightstick. But there's this issue to go down first. For months, Wolfgang had Quinn trapped in a cage. Now he's locked in there with him. Is Quinn going to destroy his former master? Is Wolfgang going to prove why he is superior? Let's find out. Bell rings. Quinn charges in. Hard right. Quinn backs him into the corner and goes for a shoulder tackle, but Wolfgang gets the knee up. Right into the head of Quinn. Quinn is down. Wolfgang pounces, and he goes for multiple elbow strikes. Quick German suplex, but Quinn backflips out. His own German suplex. Quinn heads to the corner. Oh, he's exposed the turnbuckle. He nails the he gets nailed with the Spartan kick from Wolfgang. The 1488. Quinn into the exposed turnbuckle. His back has been pierced. It's bleeding. Wolfgang roars in laughter as he is delivering punch after punch into the punctured back of Redmond Quinn. Oh, he digs his hand into the hole, locks in a claw hold deep into Quinn. Quinn in agony, but he fights his way out of it. His back is gushing blood. Wolfgang flicks the blood off of his hand and says it better not contaminate him. Quinn hears it, charges in, but Quinn starts tearing away the mat. The mat's getting ripped apart. The wood underneath has been exposed. Quinn pulls Wolfgang up, hits the sunset powerbomb onto the exposed wood, and goes for the cover. 1, 2, but a kick out by Wolfgang. Quinn is stunned, but he doesn't stop. He grabs Wolfgang's hair and starts bashing his head into the wood. Quinn climbs to the top rope, jumps off, knee drop to the back of Quinn's head, but Wolfgang's out. Splinters fly out of the wood. Quinn is down. Wolfgang hammer fisting at the knee. Every strike is dodged from Quinn to Wolfgang and tells him to rise up. Quinn crawls to the ropes. He's trying to get up. Wolfgang rushes in for the curb stomp on the exposed wood, but Quinn rolls right out of the way. Wolfgang's leg goes through the wood. Quinn's night would have been over there, but Wolfgang, he's stuck. Quinn elbows to his enemy. All he can do is block them. Wolfgang can't block. Quinn's choking him. He's choking him out. He's choking him out. Both men are back up to their feet with Quinn still choking Wolfgang. Wolfgang slips out, goes to a knee, a low blow. Quinn falls hard. Wolfgang rips off part of the broken wood. Oh, and he stabs it into another part of Quinn's back. Damn. The teacher is screaming in pain as Wolfgang jams it deeper and deeper. Good God, it can't go any deeper. Wolfgang kicks it, making it break. It's wedged in his back. Are you ready to quit yet, boy? He grabs the teacher by the throat. He says, "You ready to quit?" Quinn yells, "Fuck you." He yells it again. A jumping knee to Wolfgang. Quinn is teaching up. He nails class dismissed, the pump handle flatliner. 1, 2. Oh, but Wolfgang kicks out. Excuse me. Quinn pulls Wolfgang up by the hair, starts bashing Wolfgang's face into the cage wall. Wolfgang has been busted open. It's running down his face. He can taste it. He says, "Good to see you embrace the animalistic behavior your people have." Quinn, he spears Wolfgang. He's going at him hard. Quinn gets thrown between the ropes into the cage. Another Spartan kick. Another 1488. Wolfgang drags him into the ring. Oh, the curb stomp. Blood and soil. Quinn is busted open. 1, 2. But Quinn kicks out. It's not over. It's not over. Wolfgang can't believe it. Quinn still has some fight left, but both men are battered and bloodied, and Wolfgang has now gotten desperate. He hits one German suplex, another, a third. He launches Quinn into the cage. Quinn's almost out of it, but Wolfgang puts him up on his shoulders, climbing the cage. They're at the top. Wolfgang yells that it's over, but Quinn wakes up into a cobra clutch. He's choking Wolfgang out. Wolfgang's fading, and Wolfgang falls to the mat. He's out cold. Quinn jumps. The knee drop to the back of the head. Quinn covers 1, 2, 3. Quinn, a brutal match. He destroyed Wolfgang for freedom because Wolfgang tortured him for boredom. Hell of a match. Hell of a match. Damn right. Love it. Big ups to Matt there. Oh, man. Segment right after entitled Finish It. Finish it. It's over. It's finally over. Quinn pulls himself up from the canvas in utter exhaustion, looking back at Wolfgang with a grimace on his face. He's overcome with joy and elation, having finally put to bed this war and defeated his tormentor. He yells, "Finish it," and what I assume is "finish it" in German. Tells him to finish it, to not be a coward. Redman takes off his glasses and says, "Do you think you've broken me? You might have, but you didn't. All you've done is reaffirm the kind of man I need to be. I'm not going to kill you." He won't sacrifice his morals for vengeance. He's a good man. Oh, but he still hits the curb stomp, the blood and soil to Wolfgang. In a similar fashion to what Wolfgang did when they first encountered each other at the start of Season 8. Quinn kneels down and says, "Maybe after that I'm not as much of a good man as I am a man, but I pity a rabid animal like you all the same. This is over, Wolfgang." And with the applause of the crowd, he stands up. Finished it once and for all. All right. And in a quick turnaround, the ring has been repaired, I presume, for the next segment. Moving right into our main event. This is the big one. Edward Newton, Eli Forever. They have a segment first. It's entitled Bereft, because I like that word. Hope you guys dig this one. Entering into the tap room is Edward Newton. There's a mass of people. His theme music plays. Brother Judah, Mother Magdalene. They're there at the helm of the former Forever congregation. Both the lay people that lived in the tower and the martyrs that often interfered on Eli's behalf. But in front of them is Edward Newton, the world championship around his waist, and Harper on his arm. The quartet leads the group not only down to ringside, but they go into the ring. Newton, they're all in the center. Newton's in the center. They're facing the aisle with an opening, and Newton quiets them down. And he says he's devastated that it has come to this. But these fine people around me have assembled to witness the fall of grace of a once noble man. Judah steps forward and says that it is time and calls for his brother. And with no music, no fanfare, no adornment, Eli Forever walks down, looking even more disheveled than he did last week, with a deranged tilt to his step, his attention never wavering from Edward Newton. His mother greets him and says, "My son, I'm sorry that all of this had to happen." Ever loving his mother, Eli bows his head. She puts her hands on his shoulder. She kisses his forehead and steps to the side. As he brushes her off with a shrug, Judah faces his brother with Newton close, Harper lingering behind him. And Judah says, "Behold, what we have before us is a man who we believed in. A man who sought to use good people for his own gain, who cared nothing of who was hurt in his quest to hold gold. Forever," doesn't really like that accusation, but Judah keeps going. "But that man may no longer run from the judgment of those who he had betrayed. Despite all of his intelligence and charisma, he forgot the meaning of a very simple word. Eli forever straightens up. The word is forever. Harper just low-blowed Edward Newton. Son of a bitch. It was all a ruse. Newton is down. Eli grins at his brother. The congregation grabs Newton. Eli hugs his sister and says, 'Thank you, Rose. Your thorns run so deep. The Riddler never felt them sink in.' Newton lifts his head. The family leaves, and he says, 'Did you truly believe that the Forever family would splinter with your mere manipulations? All that transpired did so according to my design, not yours, Edward. My sister manipulated you into giving me all that I desired, and now I stand here before a broken man who has been made bereft of all that made him special, all of his intelligence, all of his plotting. It's been rendered useless. The congregation filters out. All that's left are Newton and Eli. And Eli says, 'I've taken it all from you, Edward. Now I'll take your title.' The ref is there. The bell rings. The championship's on the line. And Edward Newton is all alone. Yes! It's going down. It was all a ploy. All of it. And now it's all going to come down to the match. All the advantages are gone. Eli forever. And as he said, or as the wonderful Samuel L. Jackson said in the intro video, 'And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance down upon thee.' Let's get to the match, the main event. The last match of 2018 for the title. Edward, he can't believe it. He's shell-shocked. Forever goes right into it, mounting him, clobbering him, each blow bouncing off his skull. He demands the Riddler stands up. The champ gets up to the ropes. The followers of Forever keep him up. Edward's helpless as Eli storms in, a knee to the chest. Forever with the Eternal River plunge. He hits it. Is he going to win the championship? 1, 2, 3. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, Eli. It all came together. Immediately, Eli Forever won the match. Immediately. Damn. All right, Listen, there ain't nothing to scroll with, so as far as I know, he won the match. Dean is going to play false finishes. Oh, I'm going to do the refreshes on my own. Okay, cool. All right. Newton kicked out. I think we probably thought that was going to happen. But Forever knew it would happen. The Heir Eternal pulls him back up to his feet, and he's time to go to work. He doubles over the champ, drags him into a wild bulldog. He takes Newton down, grabs him by the legs. Falling backwards, straight through the ropes to the outside. The congregation are on him, stomping, slapping, punching. Edward tries to block and defend himself. They drag him back to his feet. Eli just stands in the middle of the ring, his arms out, watching with pride. They slam Edward into the barricade, each taking turns at getting their licks in, doubling him over time and time again before forcibly rolling him back into the ring. It's an absolute mugging. Newton gets up on instinct. He stumbles forward. He drops to a knee. He's been beaten, exhausted. He's breathless. He can barely stand up. Eli tilts his head upwards and smiles. He backs into the ropes, bouncing off. Oh, look at that shit. A knee to the face. Newton is down. Jesus. Eli is forever. Eli is dominating the world champion. He laid the trap and it has been sprung, and Edward Newton for once has no idea what the hell to do. Forever drops into the cover. 1, 2, 3 again. The ref's hand hit 3. The ref's hand hit 3. Drink break. Hell of a picture there. Eli forever is a beast. I really love the posers here. Very much do, but a barely kick out from Newton. We're back. It's almost over. The fans are silenced. No one can quite believe it. Forever gets to his feet. He asks for something from Rose. No longer Harper. She hops up onto the apron. She's got the Book of Eli. She enters through the ropes. She's got a shot at the world champion, an opportunity for revenge. Rose backs away. Book of Eli to the skull of Edward Newton. He drove it into his head with such force. Newton's been busted wide open. Eli just chuckles, and Rose hands him the book. He stands over Newton. He raises the book in his hands in the air. A hit. Another one. A third. Repeatedly into the bloodied head of the world champion. Newton has been decimated. He hasn't even had an offensive move. None. Edward Newton is finished. Eli passes the book through the ropes. He goes for another cover. 1, 2, 3. That's it. We've got a new world champion. Eli forever. He's stumped Edward Newton here tonight. He's done the unthinkable. That was really redneck. In a record-breaking time. Nope. Foot on the ropes. This match will continue. Edward Newton's not done. He's not done. The ref points out the foot. Forever was celebrating. He's yelling at the ref now. Don't do it, Forever. He thought he'd ended the streak. He thought he was the champion. He turns around, but Newton's up. Newton's face in a crimson mask. His eyes are wide open. He's pissed off. Eli didn't expect to see this. Newton ducks the clothesline. He nails a headbutt. Forever stumbles. Edward runs at him. Oh, look at that. The bull hammer. Riddle me that. Eli hits the deck with a thud. He rolls away to the outside. His followers try to protect him. And then they start pouring into the ring. But Newton's on fire. He's handing out naps like Christmas candy. Right hands, left hands, headbutts. They all go down as the champion roars. Edward backs into the ropes. He goes after Eli with the suicide dive. He stormed across the ring and dove through the middle rope. Carelessly. Newton does nothing carelessly, but he is insane right now. He takes them all out. The Forever congregation is down. The fans are on their feet. They can't believe what they're seeing out of the world champion. Newton is back up. He's looking for Eli. He's pulling all the followers away. He throws Forever. Newton is in pursuit. He throws a forearm across the back. Eli hides behind his family. Judah, Magdalene, Rose, what's he gonna do? Oh, Newton! Newton takes out Judah with a brutal right hand. He throws Judah into the steel post. Rose and Magdalene step in his way. He's debating his next move. Wait, he's not. Double clothesline to the Forever women. He hit Eli's mom and sister. Oh shit, Edward Newton. You don't cross the Riddler. You don't riddle the Riddler. That's a better line. He slides back into the ring, immediately met by Forever with a double axe handle. Eli is trying to take back control. He scrambles atop the champion, punching down as hard as he can. He throws him across the ring. He goes for from east to west, the shoulder tackle sling blade. Nailed him with it. Eli is back up. Another Eternal River plunge. He got him flush with it. He's making the cover. 1, 2, 3. What a hell of a match. What a hell of a match. Eli forever pushed Newton as far as he could go. Is this it? Is it over? We're going to have to find out. That's 2 Eternal River plunges, plus all the damage incurred. But it's not 3. It's not 3. Kick out by the champ. How does he even do it? Newton refuses to be beaten. Eli's back to his feet. He's calling for desperate measures. He's directing traffic. Within moments, he's got a table, chairs, and the world championship. This is going to get worse before it ends. Edward's trying to pull himself to his feet. Forever sets up the table. He's put the chair on top of it. He's stalking the champion. Chair shot to the skull. The champ is down. Another and another and another and another. And a shit ton of them. He's beating him to death. Newton throws the bloody chair of the way. He throws Edward back up. Tosses him over the table. What is he willing to do to become the world champion? The Heir Eternal begins climbing the turnbuckle. He drags the near prone champion with him in his trademark torture rack. The Hallelujah, or the Hallelijah bomb. The modified diamond cutter through the table, slamming through the chair. Edward Newton is done. It has to be over. We've got a new world champion. Make the count, ref. 1, 2, 3. Finally, this brutality is over. Edward Newton has finally been defeated. There is a new champion in old school wrestling. Damo with the or do we? Oh snap, what a fucking finish. But the ref's back to his feet. What? Judah's back in the ring. He's handing Forever the world title. Eli's celebrating. He's hugging it tight. Edward Newton has been undefeated for over a year. But tonight the bell finally tolled. But the ref isn't convinced. He didn't call for the bell. It was Mother Magdalene. Did she ring the bell? The ref shakes his head. He walks towards Forever and slams the championship away. They tried to steal it. The Forever family tried to steal the championship. Forever and Judah are crowding the ref. They're furious. Judah goes into the ref. Newton's got the chair. He nails Judah. Forever into a brutal chair shot. Newton makes a cover off a brutal chair shot. 1, 2, 3. Did Newton take it? Did the chair shot do it? Almost out. Almost out. Did Newton survive with a brutal chair shot? All right. Forever is kicked out. It wasn't enough. Newton is to see something we can't see. He's desperate. He's back up, blood dried on his face. He picks Forever up. He's got him. Look, we know what that is. The Nevermind, the jumping implant DDT. There it is. Newton is going to do the unthinkable. He covers, too exhausted to hook the leg. 1, 2, 3. Can't take much more. She's empty now. But I've got a little cran grape juice from this morning. Hopefully it'll make it the rest of the show. This is a close one. All right. It wasn't it. Forever's not finished. Newton's overwhelmed. He falls off with a grimace, blood staining his face. What's it going to take to put this match to bed? What's it going to take to defend the world championship and keep his streak alive? Both men start stirring. The match has had everything. They meet each other in the middle of the ring. Right hand by Edward. Left hand by Eli. Right, left, right, left. Each one rattles the other. They're stumbling. Forever grabs Newton. He pulls him in. He's going for the Eternal River Plunge. No, but Newton squirms out, drops through the legs. He spins him around. Never mind, but no, Eli pushes him. The Book of Eli to the back of the head. The son of a bitch, Judah. He nailed him as he hit the ropes. The world champion drops down. The Eternal River Plunge. He got it all, but he's not covering. No, cover him. He gets back up. He's calling to his brother and sister. They enter the ring. They surround Newton. They pull him up. They hold him as Eli lords over him. He can't even stand up. He's marking the world champion. Forehead, chest, the blessing of the name. No, a low blow out of nowhere. Newton. The air drops to his knees. He's clutching his jewels in agony. Judah and Rose try to restrain him. The world champion catches Rose with the jaw. Drops her down. Judah tries to go after Newton. He rights and lefts. Knees to the guts. He's losing his shit on the champion. But Edward rakes the rise. Head off the turnbuckle. The riddle. Me. That. Judah. He's busted wide open. But Forever's from behind. He's got Newton up. The Hallelujah Bomb. Torture rack. Modified diamond cutter. Newton wasn't ready. It's gotta be it. 1, 2, 3. Man, what a hell of a match. Still cold. Good cup. Kick out. What a match. Forever slaps himself in the forehead, absolutely beside himself. He's thrown everything at the Riddler, but he won't quit. Eli grabs him by the legs. Oh, the confession at the altar. Modified Boston Crab. Edward screaming in agony. He tries to reach out for the ropes, but he can't make it. Forever can barely hold him. He's that exhausted. Slowly but surely, Newton edges to the ropes, screaming in pain and exhaustion. He's desperate. He's so desperate to make it there. He reaches out, but Magdalene slaps him in the face. She pulls the bottom rope away. Edward can't reach it. He's bawling in agony. He can't reach the bottom rope. With his hands clutching at his head, he raises a hand. He's gonna do it. He has no choice. Eli Forever is gonna break his back. Is he tapping out? What the hell? Is Edward Newton tapping out? The Riddler? His first loss? A tap out? That's 3 taps. That's gotta be it. This is the first tap out false finish we've had. Whew. Did Eli Forever do it? Let's refresh. Now. Whew. Eli Forever. Is he going to be the champ? Mother Magdalene comes through. She's done everything she can. She tried. She rang the bell. She hit Newton. She took the rope away. What the hell? What the hell is it going to take if not this? But the lights go out. The lights are out. What? Did he tap? We heard tapping. Did Newton tap out? Wait, it was Magdalene again. She was tapping. Can you call her a son of a bitch? The lights... David Manson! What the fuck? David Manson is in the middle of the ring. What is he doing here? The entire congregation is being assaulted. Manson and his people are attacking Newton. What the fuck? The Manson family's ripping apart the congregation of forever. Eli releases the world champion. What? Kick to the gut. The double underhook running pile driver onto the steel chair, the horror show. What is Manson doing? He slides out of the ring. He's got Magdalene. He spins her around. Judah and Rose are being beaten down forever. Is only able to look on as Manson has got Magdalene hostage. He reaches out, but Newton stomps down on his hand. Edward forcibly drags him to his feet. Never mind, the implant DDT. He covers. 1, 2, 3. It's over. It's over. David damn Manson. Edward rolls off. He's exhausted. He gets handed his title belt. The Forever family have been dismantled by the Manson family. Eli's mother has been kidnapped. But Edward Newton, against the odds, with the assist, retains the OSW World Heavyweight Championship. What a match. Shit. Congratulations to Mel. That was a very intense match. Wow, what a great fucking match. Great work, Dean. I think I'm spent now. I thought I was spent before, but I'm spent now. I'm glad I don't have to talk over these music segments. I feel like we can safely say in the course of the match that Forever would have won had it not been for the Nightmare interfering. David Manson, Eli Forever should be a hell of a feud. What the hell is Newton going to do? Who's coming for Newton? Xander Zane? Who knows? What the damn hell? Wait a second. Thought. Manson, whenever he had his people show up, there were 2 females and 2 males. No, that doesn't make any sense. Alright. The end is here. I'm going to turn on some tunes. Make sure it's playing, mute my mic, and we'll take this show here to the end. Let me make sure I got everything ready to do this, and we'll get this shit popping.
Devils gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Darkness world stops turning, ashes where the body's burning. Day of judgment, God is calling. Underneath the war pigs crawling, begging mercies for the sins. Satan laughing spreads his wings.
Oh, hell yeah, that was awesome. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, that was awesome. Oh, damn. What a hella ending there, man. Shit. Man, I had no idea. So, damn. So, Elysium Fields is EF, and they're a legion of gods. The chief, revealing himself, hurt the balance. So, Odin sent his son to take care of business. Man. Hell yeah, old gods versus new gods. Badass shit right there, man. There's nothing I can even say about it. That's awesome. Troy is low key. Oh man. So everything from the beginning was who we saw as Troy Solveig, who was really low key all along. Damn, thank everybody for coming out, man. I think we'll probably have a lot of discussion on all of this. Hot damn. What a show. What a show. What a show. I don't think I have anything to say about it. Any closing thoughts, Dean, before we come to a close? Yeah, man, the way that all came together was pretty badass. Pretty badass. But we'll go ahead and close this down. If you're on the OSW roster, feel free to go to Discord and we'll chat about it. If you're not, then join up, please, and we'll get you in there. So it's a pleasure to have everybody here tonight. Whoever had roughly 2 hours and 23 minutes. Well, I'll give you the final time later once I do this, but pleasure to have everybody. We'll go ahead and shut down the stream. Everybody have a good night. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I don't think OSW will have a show for a couple weeks, so keep on those forums, and we've closed out 2018 with a damn bang. Thanks to all the riders, and I'll see everybody in 2019.